Hey everybody, my name is Corey. This is my garden diary, and I thought I'd take you on a little tour. It's May 1st, and it's an odd time right now because I'm watching all my northern gardening friends putting these fresh little seedlings and tomatoes and all these things, and they're all excited. I've been doing this since November. And so a lot of things, my fall garden, because in Florida we have a fall and spring garden, and summer we're done. We're kind of toast. That's why I'm putting in so many trees here. I practice permaculture. I've been doing it for about 8 years. I've been adding fruit trees and stacking things, and I am a gardener. And this is my shaded garden. I have two huge avocado trees right here. There's one back there. And what it does is it protects my garden from the sun, so it's not having full sun 12 hours a day. Nothing could handle that. So it lights up pieces of the garden throughout the day, and everything's a little happier. And I've had to learn who's happiest where, and that's why I do it every year. And I'm already planning my fall garden, but let's take in a tour. I'm pretty proud of what this one did. I'm beyond a hobbyist gardener. I want to grow my food. Growing all of it on this size property, which is about a quarter acre, 0.23 actually. I could do it, and that's with succession sowing, and I'm learning how to do that. But right now we're eating every day from this garden. Could we just 100% do from the garden for our vegetables? I'm pretty close to that. Probably never 100, but I am pretty close to doing about 80% of our what the vegetables we need. I still am growing or buying my potatoes and onions, but I have the biggest onions I've ever grown this year. Let me show you. Look at these guys. So they're not huge, but they're the biggest. Now they've all fallen over, so they're done. I have some wee ones in there. But I got some decent ones. These are done. These are the dahlias. They are, let me look. They are Vidalia, white Texas grano. I will try this again next year, but I think I'm going to do everything earlier than I did last year. I'm going to start everything a month earlier, especially these onions. They just need more time. But it's so cute. It's the biggest onion I've ever grown in my life. So next year it'll even be better. You just got to keep on doing it. This is not my most exciting bed. My handmade trellis. But these are from my fall collection, and they're still putting out tomatoes for me. Little aromas. She don't look great, but she keeps flowering and doing more and more and more. So I'm gonna let her do it. There's celery and stuff. I don't know. These guys just haven't been killing it. I've been using a lot of it. I got tomatoes coming up here. And I just feel like, come on, start setting. I see flowers on there. These are all from starts that I had in the greenhouse from November. So I'm thinking I'm going to start them even earlier this year. Because if they were a month older, they'd be killing it right now. This little guy, he's starting to make a head. I have already eaten all the cabbage in this garden. There's a few heads here and there. I just think they're really pretty. I don't know if it's going to do anything. It's kind of small, but she's pretty. She looks like a little flower, so I'm keeping her there. These two beds right here have always been my hotbeds. They get the most sun all day long. And look, there's a little squirrel digging a hole. Nice. I got some beans in here. It doesn't look great. It's a weird transition right now because I've been taking out the fall things. There's another bed now. This is my third bed over here in the heat, but it does a little bit better. So you can see the size of these tomatoes. They look really, really lush. I got some zucchini, my kale. Corey can't kill kale. Nope, we had some last night. More tomatoes in my Aldi pots. This is a great size if you're like growing on a balcony and you only have a little bit of space. These are a great size, and it just I could add so much more to my garden. My little serrana pepper, she coming back. I grew her last spring and overwintered her. She did really well right here. She'd probably do a little bit better in the sun, but and she's grown next to this tomato. I've been on a serious flower journey. I grew hundreds, if not thousands, of flowers, and though I have the most flowers I've ever had in my life, you would think I would be blown up right now, but I'm not. So just got miscellaneous, some flowers, some carrots. These guys are done, but I'm still feeding it to my birds, and they're pretty, so I'm just keeping them there. Like, these are Brussels sprouts. I don't know if I'm ever gonna grow those again. They take forever. These guys are done. It's bird food, but I think they're really cool, really pretty. So I haven't taken them all out at the same time. I think I'm gonna turn this into my pepper bed. But here's my Brussels sprouts. Ridiculous. I mean, do I even love Brussels sprouts that much? I don't think so. It's taken forever. 9 months? I'm not gonna do this again. Got some more tomatoes and zucchini over there. And over here is just my flower bed. It's ashwagandha, the pepper in there. Some more celery. Look at my celeries. That celeries, I planted that celery last spring, and it's still giving me celery. All these flowers I grew from seed. They're doing good. Look at that guy. Hi. Look how pretty. Those cabbages never really got a good head on them, but they're so pretty. Like, if I grew that as a flower, I'd be happy. My carrots, they need some water, I think. I picked a whole bunch of them for Easter. I picked all my cabbage for Easter. I got a bunch of potatoes in here. They have died back, so there's potatoes in this bed I have to dig up. Some squash. I think that's acorn squash, but look at this. My comfrey over here. This is the first time it's ever flowered. It's cute. This bed is tomatoes, and it probably gets a little bit more shade than everybody else, but it's really, really pretty, and they look very, very healthy, the leaves. So they'll grow a little bit slower, but they all have a lot of flowers on them. I have got in my freezer right now from my fall garden, I have probably 6 gallons of tomatoes still I have to process. Ají dulce. This is a seed I took from Puerto Rico from my boyfriend's father's garden. And I had 4 plants and it came down to 1, but there's that little pepper right there. Ají dulce. It's a sweet pepper. This bed's always done okay for me. I got some tomatoes in there. I got some bachelor flowers in here. I got some beans in here. Look at these flowers. Ruby amaranth. I'm gonna do a whole lot of this next year as well. It just brings such a pretty pop of color. All the snapdragons are from seed. This guy comes up every year on its own. Don't remember what it was. I'm just gonna leave it there. Let it do its thing. Look at this cucumber. I haven't been able to grow a cucumber in like 2 years. It's got little flowers on it. Little flowers, come on. I don't know why I haven't been able to. This is really pretty, and I'm afraid bugs are coming. I don't have any bugs damage in my garden right now. Some squash. Those are done. And this is kind of how I water my beds, with this little $6 tool with my filter on it that filters chlorine. And I work in the garden. I just move this every 10 minutes to each bed. I've tried an irrigation system. It does 2 beds and it is not strong enough to go to any other ones. So this is my system right now. And it's working. I up-potted some coffee plants. These grew from seed underneath my coffee tree this year. They were starting to yellow, so I moved them to get a little bit more sun, fertilized them, and put them in a bigger pot. I got these 3, and then over here I got 4 more. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of coffee. The coffee plants I have right now only give me about 1 month of coffee. So if I get these going, I'll have 8 months of coffee. I'll give you a sneak peek at my Ayam Samanis. They're the sweetest birds. We're doing their coop. We're making it really cool. They're a Gothic chicken. They're all black everything, black eyes, black meat, black legs, no color at all. So we're making them a special coop, and last night was their first night out here. This is not where it's gonna be. We're still working on it. They did good. You gotta stay up here, that's where you eat. Good girls. That's where you eat. This is my 16-foot bed. I want it just to be buried out. And I have some strawberries in here. I've gotten a few. There's a few tiny little ones. It's not killing it, but it's okay. My berries, I had like 4 blackberries, and when I put this bed in, I must have damaged them. The bees are going crazy. The flowers are beautiful. I've got berries everywhere. Look at that blackberry. I'm gonna take that before somebody else does. Oh, here's another one right here. Look at that blackberry. I'll take that right now. Nice. We have processed all of our peaches, and we left a couple for the bees. They love the sweetness of it. It is about time for me to process moringa tree. I keep it short, like 10 inches short. This is the trunk. Before it was like 30 feet. But this, I can keep low. It grows really, really fast. This is plenty for me for probably about 6 months. And just dry it and then powder it. I put it in capsules. It's beautiful. It grows so fast. Got my grapes. Up here, I have a lot of damage. I have not had time to do my worm casting tea, and that would solve this problem. I used a peroxide water bath on them. Some of the leaves are just fine. So I'm hoping I save that, but I have absolutely no grapes on them. But we'll see how long she lasts here. Brought you back here because I forgot to talk about the avocados. Look at those. Look at those avocados right now. They're so cute. Oh my goodness, I'll show you how big they are. That's how big they are. And I have 2 trees full of them. So probably end of August, we'll start eating avocados. I'm doing good on the mullein. I have it throughout the whole yard. Now I just need to learn how to use it. It's really good for your lungs. Eggplant that I can't kill. This bed doesn't get a lot of sun. Some comfrey. This is my pomegranate. Prettiest flowers ever. Zinnias are done here. They're done. Really pretty flowers on this. But look what I just found. There are 2 pomegranates growing on this tree. That's a fruit. I need to put this in the ground, but I don't want to touch it while it's fruiting. There's 2 of them on here. That will be our first fruit ever. My green stalks, they're not doing awesome. They're doing all right. There's some more mullein. I have a little pepper right here. Little guy. He needs more attention. Hydroponics is doing good. I have to reset it soon. There's flowers, there's dinosaur kale. It's really pretty. Some more amaranth, and this is tobacco. It is a really pretty plant, and it has really pretty flowers. Probably not going to grow it again because it takes 2 years to cure cigar tobacco, at least 2 years, and I don't know if I'm committed to that, but it's pretty. This is the area I'm going to put my other coop. So I got to move this green stalk, and I got to move these tall bananas in the center, and I got to move these bananas next to this coffee plant here, and it's going to go right here between the coffee plant and the banana, so it should have some shade. It's going to sit right here. We're going to have to move the green stalk. Hopefully that whole project is done this week. Why does my planter look like a ghost? Because birds were eating my tomatoes. I had a great big tomato here, and I just took it out. That was my old fall tomato. Gave me a ton of them, but I have lots and lots of tomatoes on this guy. They look good. I saw one that was eaten. I know who did it because I see little buggers, little sparrows popping around in here. So I have to take this off while I'm working so the bees can get to these flowers. But I wanted to protect these guys here. It's crazy because this is the planter that I planted like 6 tomatoes in, and I came out here and the heads were coming off. Ooh, there's a bee in here with me. I'll let him do his business. Good morning. There's an egg right there. It's not where you're supposed to lay them. Some snapdragons. Some zinnias, oregano. I'm going to put some more herbs in here and remove these flowers. Some more flowers. See? That's what I'm talking about right there. Little jerks. Little jerks. They're only doing it over here. They're not doing it in my other garden. They're in my other garden all the time. These ones right here, I'm probably just going to take and let them ripen on the counter because they're going to eat them. This is my very weedy watermelon bed, and this is where I grew my 33-pound watermelon last year, straight up in the mulch. I got flowers on them. There are 2 watermelons in here. So I'm hoping they do good this year as well, but they look really healthy. The greenhouse is not in my shed right now. Anyways, I just thought it'd be fun to pop you around because it's weird time. Come May, 2nd week of May, it's usually when we say a prayer and say goodbye to our gardens and just pick our tomatoes and take a rest. And I'm already planning my fall garden for next year. I have big plans for it, and it's going to be much earlier than I did this year. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.